So what is up, world? I'm Andy Abramson, and I do a lot of improv and all that good stuff. And a lot of times it's improv comedy. We do podcasting in the monthly show that we do, and we've done it 72 months last week. We have one coming in 2 weeks and one day, I believe. That'll be our 73rd month in a row. But basically, this is me calling, asking about why can't you sue for a broken heart. And I wrote quite a bit of stuff down. I won't read it all, but I was just writing it down. A lot's going through my head. Many different types of love there is. Obviously, there's love for family. It's different than loves for friends. It's different than love in a relationship. It's the love for your pet, which is your family member, which is also sued in the style of only property. An animal, dog, cat cannot be valuable. It's worth property. I don't get that. Again, the world is full of fools, but that's how it goes. I have not been in many relationships, and I seem to take care of what I have. I've never tried to throw anybody under the bus. Each of my relationships always can trust me. But the reality is, I never really loved anyone. I never told anyone I loved them back. And I was told before that I was loved, but I just couldn't trust them, and I told them that also. Mm, Except my ex, she would tell me she loved me back, and I loved her back, and we would say we miss each other. When I go to work, I live across the street. She would respond to me, which was great. I know for a fact I will never love anyone else. I cannot deal with the pain that she's put me in. I always said she was an earth angel. She brought everything to me, but I feel like she's burying me into hell right now. And yeah, well, I'm always looking at her order, but she again was the most beautiful person on the planet to me, and that's from head to toe, from inside to out. She was beautiful. She had the most beautiful lips, most beautiful eyes, most beautiful voice, most beautiful sound in her voice. I used to love to go to karaoke with her. People, she was like a magnet. Everybody followed her, every generation, man, woman, people in their 20s, people in their 80s, they followed her. She was just such a joy and such a pleasure. I have no clue why she left me. I wish I had a clue. I have no clue whatsoever. And I do know I did a terrible thing getting drunk by myself on Zoom call, but I was at home and I was in a lot of physical pain, a lot of physical pain. And that's the only reason that I was over drinking and I woke up drunk out of my mind. It's been a long time since I was that drunk, and I was around 10 bottles of different liquors, hard liquors, and a bunch of beer cans. I didn't drink them all. I mean, I did drink them all, but I didn't drink them all out anyway. But if you weigh 500 pounds, you were going to get drunk. And I got drunk, and I don't remember most of that. But I do know that she came later on Zoom and we spoke very quickly and she got very upset. I asked her if she could speak for me for 10 minutes, and she did give me two reasons that she said that I did, and I answered them both very quickly. And I told her I'll answer everything 100% honest. And and I definitely did. She said she thought that I was cheating on her and that I ever got upset that she went with her parents. And I told her I never did at all. I said, I'm a family member. She's met my sister, my brother, my aunt, my father, everybody. I'm from inside New York City to outside New York City. She met most of them, and she seemed to have a great time. They all treated her. They loved her. She was an outstanding individual. So I have no clue, like I say, why she left, but on New Year's Eve, basically I had to go to work. So I told her, well, let's put on the Zoom. So, because I work overnight, she said, yes, we will. At 11:55, we'll get on time. And I came home at 11:58. We opened up the door. She was watching the ball drop. We hugged, kissed, and we were there for a little bit. And then I had to go back to work, but we seemed to have a great time. So that day, later that day, when I came back from work, she had to go take the airport back home. But again, she was only going to for a few days, maybe a little less than a week, and come back. And everything seemed to be going fine. What to me was by far and away what was the greatest start in any year possible was this year. Just again, the way it ended, where I was supposed to go to work, come here, and seeing her amazing smile, her amazing looks, her amazing hug, and I love her with all my heart, and I would do anything for her. I know it will never in a million years ever come back. I would be thrilled to just speak to her, just even to get things like to let me know exactly what it is, because I have no clue in a trillion years. We were talking about possible marriage, and I did tell her, that the one thing I had going, she could go out with any individual, and she'd outclass them, no question. And I did tell her that there's no ring worth as much as her. So I wouldn't be able to wait for that. But my whole point was I wanted to save up for a ring and then propose to her. And I never demanded that we were getting married or anything close to that, but I would propose to her all honestly and honorably. I didn't want to give her a cheap ring to do that because she didn't deserve anything cheap and she was a great individual. Like I said, I used to come home because I worked overnights, bring her breakfast just about every morning. And she would a lot of times order out and get me dinner a lot and lunch. And we used to go to a lot of places, karaoke's here and there. We gone to many concerts. We seen The Who. We saw Diana Ross. We saw Weird Al Yankovic, which was a person I wanted to go see. And then I realized I didn't have the money, and she ended up taking us. But we've gone many places that we've gone to alive. We went to see the Christmas show with Chevy Chase, that he was there talking to everybody. And I know she usually would watch that every year, she said, with her family. And I thought she already did watch it with her family a week before when she went back home. And she had the time of her life, she seemed to, because Chevy Chase was on stage. And we got as good as seats as I could. And I tried to get it where we could see him personally, but that just wasn't happening. So, it comes to with that type of stuff. When with someone over, we lived together for over 10 months and everything seemed to be overall great. We really never argued. We maybe have a few little disagreements, but we really never argued. I would never hurt her physically or mentally ever in any way, shape, or form. I guess when you're drunk, you can maybe hurt somebody mentally. I would still, I know for a fact, never put my hands on her drunk. But again, we were on Zoom, so she said this was the icing on the cake, which I'm not sure what the cake was. She made it seem like everything was going great. While she was in the city, I took her to all the stuff that was going on during Christmas time. We went to a spot that had a million Christmas lights going on inside, and you go 3 different floors, and she had a great time. I would never want to hurt anyone that I really cared for. And that's like I say, that's why I would never physically put my hand on. You can't say, well, I just wanted to temporarily hurt them. That's why I don't understand when people hit people they love. If you love somebody, you would never want to purposely hurt them. Again, you could take a step back, think twice before you react. Most people don't, they, but it's smart. I would never physically, mentally want her hurt in any way. I love her and I miss her. But she left, and she left in the style of how she decided. So this I ended up writing a lot more than I did and reading, so I won't do it all again. But things that I do remember first, that when I things that I remember thinking of first time I saw her, I thought I saw a great actress, a young lady that actually listened very well. And she actually seemed to really enjoy what she did. And it's so much fun watching her do stuff that she enjoys. She has the most amazing smile. Her qualities that attracted to me was that she was like a domino effect. People would lure to her because of how fascinating and how happy she was, how determined, whether she did something well or not, that people still loved it. She used to do, and now I forgot the name of it, but the Elaine dance from Seinfeld, which is a weird dance, and she would sing in Shining Star. And she would sing the song Shining Star and do the doofy dance, and people loved it. And some people didn't get it, but when somebody else mentioned it, they're like, oh, it's from that. And they loved it. And she was just such an amazing moment for our, seeing her from head to toe. Like I said, I love her with all my heart. I probably repeated a bunch of these things, but if there was a movie that reminded me of her and me and her, I could put a whole mixture of all. But if I had to just go to one, I would say Beauty and the Beast. And the reason is, I don't think I was ever a beast inside, but I believe I'm a beast outside. Like I say, from the way I look. I do say I hate myself every day. And it's not for stuff that I do, it's just the way I represent myself. But she didn't seem to care that way. And she was a true beauty. And she went out of her way to come to me for us to do this special relationship, which I was shocked. Did I fall in love with her right away? No, it took plenty of time. For quite a few years, she was a great friend and she became a best friend to me for many, many, many years. And we usually were online, but I went back to her home 2,000 miles away and she came back here 2,000 miles away on vacation. We had a great time. But yeah, I'm just trying to see what the heck everyone I have this stuff. So coolest mom's taught me. Well, the coolest thing my mom always taught me was to make sure to love your family. Never give away your family. You may not always agree with your family, but always love your family. And that's counting even the relationships you're going to get yourself into. If you get are to get married, make sure that you treat that person right. Because again, we all have arguments. We're not always right. And again, arguments could be disagreements. You could change it and make it that way, which makes all the sense in the world. I add that a little bit to it. But I mean, to me, yeah, she was a great individual. My father met her. My father actually loved her. He thought she was outstanding, and he did say that she was like such an awesome individual. He met that she met with me, which was awesome. But I mean, to me, yeah, it's always great things to do. I do really wish I read actually stuff. It just takes me forever to write stuff down, and then it's like, oh, here, and bam. But to me, it just I respected everything from her. I respected her family. I met her family, her mother a few times, her father only once, but they both seemed to be great individuals. When I met them, they seemed very happy and they seemed very cool. And again, like I said, I did tell her mother that her daughter is the most amazing individual and she was the best friend I ever had, which was true. I know some of my family thought that me and her were going out already, which we were definitely not. We weren't going out for a while. We were just great friends online and everything else. They say a lot of times, if I try to see again, I can't read half the stuff I wrote here. Right thing I would. But I mean, to me, like if they say if you could have one power, one magical power, what would you have? And I would say invisibility, kind of invisibility. And it's not invisibility to really care. Like I'm not one that I slow down traffic to see what's going on. I'm one that you see something, just hit the road unless you see a real problem and you're trying to get help for that. But to me, yeah, I think invisibility would be great because I would love to just go into her place, into her house. And that would be cool. Invisibility, you could walk into the airport, get not spotted, and yeah, just go into a seat. But jokes aside, but yeah, so to me, but invisibility, because I would love to just write a letter to her and put it on her desk so she could read it. I've been told there's been many things I've sent out to her that I may be 100% wrong, but I do know the delivery guy told me that it was the mother that didn't get it. I had a traveling person going to sing to her. Every rose is a thorn, and she knows why we do that, and so she would love that. And he had chocolates and roses, and the mother came out, told him never come again. Make sure it'll be against the law. How it's against the law, I don't get that, but that's how he said it. So, to me, I one thing I'm very grateful for. I never thought on the planet would I ever be able to go out with such a beautiful person, be able to kiss such a beautiful person. And she was very open. She was very willing. She was super cool and she was awesome. And that's why it drives me nuts how much she got mad at me. If there were mistakes by her that I don't know of, to me, again, we're all human. Mistakes happen. I do feel I make less mistakes for most people. And I do make a lot of mistakes for myself because, again, I make a lot of mistakes I have as a young child, and it just comes down to I would never hurt her in any way. There's really nothing much. I'm here at the end of it. So, most beautiful person in the planet. she was by far and away the most beautiful person I ever met in the planet. Saying even if I was blindfolded, I already know now it's from head to toe, but I would just say she had the kindest heart. She seemed so realistic. Somebody did tell me that she had to be the world's greatest actress to teach me the way that she treated me. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping, I mean, to me, she kind of killed herself off in front of me, where she's not letting me respond to her in any way. So it's kind of like she killed herself. And to me, one of the worst things is dying. And there's this gentleman, Spider, Rafael Rodriguez, an amazing Taekwondo teacher, Aikido, mixed martial arts, and he just passed away this week. Went to his wake yesterday. Great individual who I tried to have him joining her class, but because it was so early for her, she liked to prefer usually sleep late. And in the early stages when I used to take his classes, it was 2 hours you do all three things, and we usually 2.5 hours messing around. But he made the first two only 1 hour, and it was further to travel here and there, so that kind of took that away. But I know she would have loved him. He's a great individual, an amazing, and God rest his soul. I wish him nothing but the best. Got to see some old friends and some of Spider's family. But the whole thing is that I can say nothing. I never would ever hurt her in any way, shape, or form personally. Like I say, I was drunk that day, but I was here 4 days straight by myself. And again, I'm by myself. I didn't think I could hurt anyone. I guess when you go online, you can, but we were doing fun things with the improv thing with in the beginning. And she came at the end. And the whole thing comes down to I like beer, but I would never have to have another beer. I just love her, so I would never touch it if she didn't. And she used to drink with me, so she never minded. And I think me and her were only a little tipsy once before. Like we would have a good time. I've seen her a little drunk, but she was always a good drunk, and she always had a great personality here and there. And what made me feel safest was I knew for a fact, no matter what went down, she would always get out because even though I'm not the world's biggest person or anything like that, I do know who I'm attacking and I know who I'm going to attack first. Nobody's hurting a, a person to me. And even though she wasn't family, she was as close to family as there was to me. I would have loved to marry her. I would love to know what she feels or how she feels. She'll never hear of this, I'm sure, because she evaporated me in every way. But bottom line, yeah, I think you should be able to sue for a broken heart because I've spent a fortune. I've been in the psychiatric unit and all these other stuff, and I'm paying top prices for psych pills and all that that legally they make me go through. And to me, all this would take is a 20-minute, half-hour tops Zoom call that we could talk and just explain and be a human being, do the right thing. I know she's an amazing individual, amazing angel. She was my earth angel, but right now feels like she's burying me to go to hell. And by me stating that is I have gotten extremely depressed, been very depressed this whole year and on a lot of anxiety and depressed medicine. And the key goes down to I I just miss her. I love her. I watch her videos all the time. She's an outstanding person. And people have asked me before, who is it on the show? And I said, well, they were on the show a few times, but here and there. I'm not going to tell anybody who it is. Those that know who it is know it. But the key is that's up to her if she ever wants to bring it out. I told her I wouldn't say it, but she used to say it in the beginning because she's like, she didn't care. And that amazed me because, like I said, I was shocked she would go out with me. And she seemed very proud to go out with me outside. We had a great time. Um, God bless her and her family. I hope they all live a long and happy life. And somehow I would love to be part of her life. Because I know my life's not going to be that long. It doesn't need to be that long. Without her, it's just very hard when you live by yourself and all you do is look in the mirror. You tell yourself constantly how much you hate yourself. It's not good, but Thank you for your time. This is the virtual comedy improv and podcast all world thing that I just did an interruption with during that. But the whole thing is, I do love her with all my heart. I hope she reaches out to me. And even if I don't get the answers I need, I just need some real answers. There's almost like any answer I could deal with. It's just the not knowing anything. I can't. And it's painful and it's hard. Thank you, world. Thank you, improvised people. Thank you, comedians. Thank you, podcast performers and all watchers. God bless. And hopefully she comes back even just for 20 minutes, half hour. But I don't expect it. But thank you, world. And forgive me for any stupid things that I end up doing or do.